guys, welcome back. It's Neon. I'm here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about Super Nintendo World. Super Nintendo World coming to Universal Japan. It's also going to be coming to Universal Orlando, even though they haven't officially announced it yet. 99.9% chance of it coming to Epic Universe.
Well, the guy said it's coming to America for sure.
Right, right. And they're being very coy about it. I really wish they would have announced it during D23. I think that would have been great.
I know. You keep saying.
But we're going to talk about that, some of the functionality coming to it, and how big of a threat it could potentially be to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. A pretty big one. I think it's going to be a pretty big threat. So before we get into the video, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. We hit 60,000 subs.
Yep.
60,000 subs this week. We're hoping for 100,000 by the end of the year. Don't know if it's possible, but that's what we're hoping for. So please subscribe. It helps the channel out immensely as we try to get found on YouTube, and they keep changing their algorithm, and it's crazy.
Just sub. You don't have to make it such a big thing. Just
I'm trying to tell people why they should, because they're like, if I like your content, I'll sub. You don't have to ask. It's like, no, we do, because it is kind of critical as to whether or not we get found in YouTube now. So anyway, let's talk about this. Epic Universe, which was announced a couple of months ago. This is actually the third theme park coming to Universal. I'm sorry.
Well, they're calling it fourth, but
I don't count Volcano Bay. It's a water park.
Right.
So this is the third actual theme park coming to Universal. We don't know when they're going to open it.
Okay, you keep saying Galaxy's Edge, but until they get this over here, I don't know if Galaxy's Edge is going to be much of a threat at that point anyway. I think it's more like the new Epcot with the, Guardians of the Galaxy and Ratatouille and all that. I think would be the new Tron ride, all that. I think it's going to be more of a competition for this than Galaxy's Edge at that point. Because we're talking down the road a while. Yeah,
this is probably 4 or 5 years off. I don't think Galaxy's Edge by that point is going to be a threat at all. I think it's going to be old. It's going to be old news.
I think that the new things like Tron and Guardians of the Galaxy and those things are going to be more what's going to be the competition for each other than Galaxy's Edge.
Yes.
In my opinion.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's still several years off. We don't know when it's going to open. Now, this is the concept art for Epic Universe. I'm going to kind of go through real quick what people are guessing some of these attractions are going to be, but we don't know for sure yet. Hasn't been confirmed. This is almost 100% guaranteed to be Super Nintendo World, because they've got the Mario area here at the castle, which looks very much like it does in Japan.
Right.
But the US version has a Donkey Kong jungle section with a Donkey Kong coaster. Now, what's interesting about all of this is you can see all of this empty space between sections, between the different spokes on the hub here. So they theoretically could add like a Zelda section or a Pokemon section at some point.
Expand. Now, I thought Donkey Kong was coming over to Japan too.
Yeah, I think it might be. I think it is.
I think it is actually.
So this is probably gonna be pretty much a clone of what they're getting in Japan. But again, there's lots of room for additions here. Nobody seems to know what this is exactly. This coaster over here. This is supposed to be the Ministry of Magic.
Is that what that is? I thought it was a hotel or something.
Well, I think there's going to be a hotel there, but this is supposed to be the new Potter section. There's a rumor that this is going to be Star Trek over here, because it does kind of look like
looks like it, yeah.
And then this is supposedly going to be Universal Monsters. They're talking maybe possibly like a Haunted Mansion-esque type ride. We don't know yet.
They missed an opportunity with Luigi's Mansion. Just saying.
They did. They could just scoot this on over and do Luigi's Mansion.
Luigi's Mansion would have been an awesome, counterpart to the Haunted Mansion.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. So, Epic Universe is coming. We're probably going to get an official announcement for Nintendo sooner or later. Probably sooner. I'm guessing sooner. Now, here's the thing. Let's go out here. Now, they did confirm that, according to Universal, they'll be taking it everywhere, so every park is probably going to get Nintendo.
They said they can count on it. It's coming to the United States. So,
this is what's really interesting. Super Nintendo World counters Galaxy's Edge with Mario rides and Switch integration. Now, it is kind of a misleading headline, because they're opening the first Super Nintendo World in Japan.
Right, so that's not really a competition. They're not really in competition.
And they do have a Disney in Tokyo, but it does not have Galaxy's Edge. No. So, yeah, okay, whatever. But we'll read this, we'll talk about it, and there's some other cool stuff that's coming with their not magic bands, but whatever.
Yeah, I did a story on it. We can't pull it up because our website keeps crashing because it got hit with too much traffic.
Yeah, we had we had a huge traffic spike on piratesandprincesses.net, so we can't pull up Geeky's story, so bear with us here. Okay, so Universal Parks and Resorts Chairman, CEO, Tom Williams revealed more details about the upcoming Super Nintendo World, which is opening in Universal Studios Japan.
That's next spring, I believe.
In spring, yeah, in 2020. Not only will the park include themed rides and restaurants, but there's also an interactive component and maybe even Nintendo Switch integration within the park. So at a conference interview with the Bank of America, Merrill Lynch's Jessica Jean Rafe Cohen,
that's a lot of names.
I don't know, Williams gave more details about Super Nintendo World, a new Nintendo-themed attraction similar to Galaxy's Edge and Disneyland parks, but based on Nintendo. They have 3 rides. At least 3 rides, so it's not exactly like Galaxy's Edge. Universal signed the deal with Nintendo in 2015, and the park is finally going to open next spring. Now, it could come here sooner rather. Now, they have to build a whole park, but they built one. They can probably build it a lot quicker.
Yeah, they probably did the R&D over there so they can bring it over.
Yeah, so this is a whole new separate area of the park. It's got food, it's got merchandise. The first phase will have 2 rides, Mario Kart and Yoshi's Adventure. So no, they don't have Donkey Kong coming yet. Ours is probably going to
get the first phase. That's
the first
why.
phase. So they'll probably open the
I'm pretty sure Donkey Kong. What we saw, the images we saw, that was the early concept stuff for the Japan. So I'm pretty sure Donkey Kong's coming in another phase.
Yeah, so they're going to have Mario Kart and Yoshi's Adventures. You can watch the trailer for Super Nintendo World. They don't really show much. On top of the 2 rides Super Nintendo World will open with, Williams said visitors can interact with the park directly with Nintendo-themed magnetic wristbands, like the Magic Bands, like Tapu Tapu. You slap it at your wrist and it just snaps on and won't come off. So it's a slap bracelet.
Yeah, it's like a slap bracelet. Yeah, that's kind of fun.
So the idea is similar to the Disneyland app that visitors can use to interact with QR codes scattered around the parks like Galaxy's Edge. At Super Nintendo World, these wristbands will allow visitors to go up and keep score and play with various games that also translates to a scorekeeping capability. Williams also suggested that the rides at the park feature interfaces back with your game console. So we're talking about the Switch, right? Presumably the game console is the Switch.
You can do some things that you can take home with you? Is that what's...
I'm thinking that you maybe can get some like different skins or apps or something.
Oh, the Switch Lite comes out later this year. They're hoping people bring their lights with them.
Yeah, so they said you can bring it to the theme park. I wonder if they'll let you.
I'd be afraid.
Will they let you take it into the theme park? I don't know. Disney has been making headlines with its ambitious Star Wars-themed Disneyland attractions. Williams said in the same interview that Disney is really its only competitor in the amusement park space. Appears that Universal's hoping to counter Disneyland's new attractions with the help of Nintendo. I don't think it's going to be much competition.
Not by then, no. I really doubt it.
And honestly, it sounds like right out of the gate, they're trying to go for some of that immersion, I think, that was promised with Galaxy's Edge. It didn't materialize, and they're opening with 2 rides, so they already got something on Galaxy's Edge.
I mean, that's one of the biggest complaints is that not everything's open at Star Wars, or Galaxy's Edge, because they were supposed to have 2 rides and they have 1. Granted, the other one they're going to want to do right, but that's the one everybody's waiting for, and it's not open yet.
Yeah, so like you said though, I think by the time this opens, Galaxy's Edge will be over and done with, possibly rethemed to Aladdin. No,
I don't think they're going to retheme it to Aladdin, but
I could see original trilogy.
Maybe. I don't know. One thing I do want to point out that has nothing to do with this, but it does, is the fact that Japan, that Disneyland Japan and stuff, they get the cooler merchandise. Yeah. I want some of that cool Disney merchandise and Mario Brothers merchandise to come over to the United States, because I'm sure we'll get our own merch, but the Japanese merch is so much cuter.
Yeah,
it's so cute. I want the Japanese ones, dang it.
I think there's going to be some really cool merchandise for this in Japan, and I think that eBay is going to explode because we're going to have people going over to Japan to pick up some of the Nintendo merch. So I'm hoping, when they bring it to Orlando, I hope they do like the Nintendo World Championships there or something. They
could. That would be interesting.
That would be really cool. Yeah, I don't know. Everybody's excited. I'm sorry. Everybody's excited about Nintendo. They're excited about this new theme park coming from Universal. And Universal has been, upping its game over the last couple of years. Whereas with Disney, it seems like the magic is kind of wearing off a little bit.
Well, they're trying to up their game, but they're upping their game at the literal cost of the guests. And the problem is you can only get so much, from people before they start being like, whoa, I can't afford it anymore. That's just the way it is. People just can't afford it. And it's getting expensive. And I heard for so many people who have annual passes that are not renewing this year, or they're downgrading because they're like, I just can't afford it. I over and over again, I can't afford it. I can't afford it. I can't afford it.
Yeah.
I just, it is what it is.
So, this is probably the theme park thing I am looking forward to the most at this point. I definitely want more information on Epic Universe. Again, I really wish that Universal would have dropped a whole bunch of information during D23 weekend.
I know you've said many times.
I know, but that would have been so awesome. Like, hey, you guys, you're gutting Epcot. Cool, we got Mario.
I know, but they're not doing it yet for whatever reason. So
yeah, so
they must have reasons.
Probably big PR event or something, or maybe
I don't know.
Maybe they'll wait until it opens in Japan to be like, hey, it was a huge hit in Japan. Now it's coming.
I don't know. But, they put this concept art out. I can't think they would do this without some explanation, unless they're trying to finalize some different worlds or trying to finalize some IPs. I don't know. But I don't know.
Looks exciting anyway. Definitely looking forward to this. I do think that this is going to give Disney a run for their money, because Disney's laid all the cards on the table. Like, we know what's coming for the next 4 or 5 years. Mm-hmm. From Disney. We don't know what to expect from Epic Universe.
No.
And like I said, there's a lot of room for expansion here.
Plus, they have a lot more money since they didn't pay all that money for Fox.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Comcast isn't broke. So Disney keeps buying up everything, and Universal's like, that's fine. You go broke, and we'll just, go open another theme park.
Right.
Neener. So, I don't know. Pretty exciting stuff. I'm looking forward to it. You're looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. Might have a few years to wait, though.
I think it's going to be a while.
Yeah. So,
but they said it's definitely coming.
Definitely coming. All right, so we're going to wrap this one up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants here on Clownfish TV. This has been Neon and Geeky.
Bye.
Goodbye. Hey guys, thanks for watching Clownfish TV. Please consider supporting the channel. Go to clownfishsupport.com. That's clownfishsupport.com. And if you want to join our community, go to clownfishtalk.com. That's clownfishtalk.com. Please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We will talk to you next time.